Good morning, it's day 106. What a spectacular way to start the day with that beautiful rainbow. I was in a great camping spot. I did end up having some neighbors there, which I'll show you after this. But the rainbow was just fantastic. So I'm continuing up my climb. I have about 1,000 feet to get to the top of this climb. I was looking back yesterday and I climbed almost 7,500 feet in the 24 and a half miles that I did. So it's no wonder I was a little tired and it took me a little longer. I think the rocks is what really slowed it down. I'm hoping today that the rocks aren't so bad. They definitely make my feet hurt. But anyway, it's just something you got to deal with. So spectacular views again this morning. I hope you guys' day is off to a great start. And I will talk to you in a little bit. Finally at the top of that mountain and headed in a new direction. Here's what my view looks like. So last night I had my tent all set up, and as I showed you guys, and it was just an awesome spot. Made myself some dinner, and I'm sitting on a rock, kind of facing that valley with the mountains across, and the sun had set, and it was just really beautiful and peaceful. And then these two people came up and said, "Hey, we can't go any further. We're gonna set up our tent here, okay?" And you really can't say no. So they set up their tent, and I'll right after this I'll show you a little video I made this morning of how close their tent and my tent was. I mean, we probably could have touched each other's toes. But anyway, that's how it goes. I did get a little bit of time by myself. I was just really excited that I had found that spot, and thought I was going to have it selfishly to myself all night. And it didn't work out that way, but in the end, it's okay. I'm so glad I stayed there, because I wouldn't have seen that rainbow this morning if I'd have camped someplace in the woods. So in the end, it all worked out good. Got a pretty big lake down here. I don't know if I'm going to go down by it or not, but barely see it through the trees, but there's a big lake down there. Man, there's some pretty views in this state. Nice view of this lake down here. This is Human. Just met him a little bit ago. We're hiking along for at least a few minutes here. He's pretty quick. So we'll see how long that goes, but nice guy. We're having a great conversation.
When they have a business to run, and
More awesome views here. I know I'm showing you lots of views of this mountain, but it's just pretty from every different angle, and the light just keeps changing on it, causing different shadows. I really like it. It's interesting how the traffic goes on the PCT. For yesterday, I don't know that I saw maybe only one or two other northbounders and several southbounders. And then today, all of a sudden, got this big bubble of northbounders that are just flying by me. So interesting how it works. Crossing another nice little stream or creek, and got another bridge to walk on. That's kind of nice. So it's coming up on noon and getting some forest views, which I like. It's easier on my feet. Well, it's a little afternoon. Actually, I guess it's later, that's 12:30. And the clouds have rolled in thicker. And it's like this light mist drizzle. I hope it stays at that. I really dislike getting wet, getting all my gear wet. So hopefully it'll be just light like it is now. Well, after all the spectacular scenery this morning, it's been pretty cloudy, drizzly, in and out of forest. Still beautiful, but instead of looking at that, you gotta look at me. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm missing everybody at home, for sure. Well, there's the view this afternoon. I sure hope you guys aren't tired of seeing what I'm seeing. I'm definitely not tired of it. The rocks? Maybe I'm tired of that. It's like I have a river to cross. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, I was able to get across that fairly easy. I think crossing the river is easier than walking across these rocks. That's the hard part. Alright, so it's about 5:30 and I've done 26 miles. I got water in 2 miles that I gotta get. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna camp like right there by the water someplace, or if I'm gonna go on. There's about 1,000-foot climb right after the water up to a campsite that's about 2 miles or so. It might be a little bit more than 2 miles, but somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm trying to decide if I'm up for the 1,000-foot climb and a 31+ mile day. The nice thing would be that would give me some real good flexibility tomorrow going into Skykomish. My big issue with that is that I need time to charge all my stuff up. Otherwise I could just pop in and out of there. But I'll need probably at least 4 hours to charge my stuff. So if I could get in earlier, it'd kind of buy me a little bit of that time. So I don't know. I'll see what happens when I get to the water here and how I feel and what the campsites look like right after that. Big tree stump there. You can see it back there. So too bad you guys aren't here to give me some advice, because it'd be great to talk it through with you. But anyway, I'll let you know what I decide. All right, here's my water for tonight. I think I'm gonna try to move on and make it up the climb. It was about 500 feet to here, and now it's about 1,000 feet to the top. So in total, it's about a 1,500-foot climb. Passing by a cool little mountain lake. I think this is Deception Lake is the name of it. So it's 7:40, about a half mile from where the camp is at. Keep your fingers crossed that nobody's there. It's a one-person site. So this is the danger in doing what I'm doing, is that if somebody's in that site, that means I got to go further on, and I really haven't looked ahead to see how far I'd have to go. I've already got, I think, a little over 31 miles in for the day. So I'm really hoping nobody's there. I'm in a rush to get to my campsite, but man, look at this. That water is really deep blue. Alright, so that's what happens. There's people camped there and in the next site. So I'm going to try another at about 1.3 miles. Got kind of a rocky trail here. 1.3 miles is another site, so I'll see if I can sneak in there someplace. Alright, I know it's getting dark. It's 8:50 and I finally got camp all set up here. I'll show you a quick look at that after I give you some of the stats for the day. So I did 34 miles. I left this morning at 6 something, got here at probably started setting up at 8:30ish or so, but it was a big day. I don't know how much elevation gain I did. It had to be over 6,000 feet. So a big day, but I'm all set up to get into Skykomish tomorrow morning. I've got about 15 miles to go to get there, so I'm super happy about that. Got to see some awesome scenery today, a little bit of rain, kind of a mix of everything. So anyway, I had a great day. I hope you guys had a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Good night.